First of all, I'm very glad to see our esteemed guests on our event. This is our first educational exhibition that we call KNEU Expo International. And we are very glad to host here our esteemed guests, our alumni from our university, representatives of state authorities, diplomatic authorities, and ambassadors, and your excellencies. From my side, now I will start with some technical issues. I'm announcing the timetable that you have already. During this event, you will see all the opportunities that are provided by our university, by Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv. And you will be aware about all the most popular educational programs that are announced for this year in our university. From my side, I will start, if you don't mind, with the presentation. Can you see it on my screen?
Yes, we can.
One of the priorities of Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv is the priority of internationalization of education in our university. What does it mean, and what we are supposed to do within the internationalization that almost during all the was and remains one of the priority of the educational development. This is the process of fulfillment of the international cooperation between universities, between our partners, ensuring the multicultural educational community to provide different opportunities to our students, to our staff, professors, guests, within the different forms of international cooperation. The most important thing that we are dealing with international students, and this is one of our priorities. During last years, our university had a tendency on increasing of the amount of international students. And regardless the war challenges that we are facing now, we are focusing on providing education for foreign students as well. During the last years, the amount of international students was up to 10% of the total amount of students. And these students are representatives of more than 50 countries all over the world. Being the student of our university within the strategy of internationalization, the university provided a lot of possibilities for taking new skills and competences among all the partners with our university. We created twinning programs and hubs with the top universities in the world ranking, such as University of Edinburgh, University of Maryland, European universities. We are actively increasing opportunities for the academic mobility, including virtual mobility, and especially absolutely new forms of mobility such as COIL. We are dealing with digitalized aspects and digitalized manners of education. We are taking part in MOOCs and other different forms of projects aimed at increasing mobility, as I said, including the virtual mobility. Our university is a participant, active participant in numerous projects, international projects that give opportunity to all our academic community to provide their researchers and to include these research results into the educational process. All that projects covered not only European countries, but all over the world. One of the aspects that we are dealing with and we are actively participating in the European educational area, and one of the points that I could stress here with the very big honor, our university now is the member of European University Alliance. And just last week, it was the very successful announcement that this alliance gained another stage of this project. European University Alliance, we are the partners of European University of Wellbeing, create a lot of possibilities for our students among all 11 partners, being more closely to each other, and we are sharing joint common values. And all the academic community can explore these new opportunities and new possibilities that give us participating in the Alliance. Among our key partners, and now we are creating big hubs with our partners, such as University of Edinburgh. And through this link, we are actively participating in UNA Europe as another alliance where the University of Edinburgh is a member. We are now exploring the possibilities of Project NICE for virtual and physical mobility for our students. Recently created the special cluster of Eastern Partnership universities, where there are 12 cooperating universities among the member states of the European Union and the states that included within the Eastern Partnership. This cluster is coordinated by Charles University in Prague. And this is also our new possibility that give us possibilities for students to be closer with European universities. Our university has a very strong tendency to be presented in all world rankings, and we are proud of our leading position within the regional world QS ranking. We are proud of our subject matters. As you can see here on the slide, there are our most important subjects that are presented in the world rankings. It gives possibilities to increase the quality of the education and quality of scientific research. Our diploma, and in case of successful fulfillment of the educational programs, is recognized within the European educational area, and diploma settlement is developed under the European standard and is strongly recognized by European educational area. These are brief introduction and brief examples of the major opportunities of our university. And let me open this window for all talented young people from all over the world. I have a great pleasure now to give the floor to our esteemed guests. And I'm kindly and cordially invite for your speech, Dr. Elena Shapovalova, the Director of State Enterprise, Ukrainian State Center for International Education of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine. Dr. Elena Shapovalova, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Really, it's a great pleasure that today we're having such a conference and meeting all together to discuss the possibilities of getting higher education in Ukraine. And some may say that during the war, it's not the time to talk about the higher education and getting higher education for foreign students in Ukraine, but it is not like this. Actually, it is the time. First of all, because the prices are very reasonable, the security issues provided by the universities are really safe. And we see that so many esteemed ambassadors today are present, and we see how many embassies are opening in Kyiv. We do understand that we just need to follow the rules. And when we have the missiles attack or possible missiles attack, we need to be in a shelter. And of course, university campuses and professors, they follow these rules so that the students can be sure that they are rather safe in Ukraine. And today in Ukrainian universities, we have more than 50,000 foreign students from 152 countries. So actually, we still represent one of the biggest countries as the education destination for foreign students. And our Ukrainian universities, they do continue to work in various formats. It's actually the university who decides whether they will work in offline or online regime. But there's also a great opportunity for those students who would like to study online to get their education online. As you know, before, during the previous years, in Ukraine, online education is totally forbidden for foreign students. But nowadays, you have such a possibility, and it is according to the law. So all students, foreign students, can get education online. Anytime they would like to come to Ukraine and continue in offline format, it is also possible. So they can start online, see whether they like it, see when they're ready to come. And after 1 year or 1 semester or 2 years, they can come and have all the practical classes offline, and they can continue their studies offline in a beautiful country, Ukraine. So we have online format, we have offline format, we also have mixed format. What is mixed format? Mixed format of study is a combination of online and offline studies. And it is something really very interesting what our universities are doing. They involve foreign students in teaching theoretical materials in online format. So everything you need in theory, you can get it online. Your professor will be supervising you. You will get all the necessary materials. You will get access to Moodle. You will get access to online materials. So you will get access to the online libraries. So you get everything you need theoretically online. But when it comes to practical issues, practical classes are held in offline format. If you feel safe only in your country, then this offline classes, practical classes can be organized by your university, Ukrainian university, in your native country. Like we're doing the same right now with Morocco. Our Moroccan students, they have their practical classes in Morocco under the supervision of Ukrainian professors in online regime, but in reality, they do practice in hospitals, especially we're talking about medical students, of course, because for them practice is really crucial, and we all do understand this, even though we have electronic patients in online format, a special program for teaching medical students, but no other way. We think it is very important for them to be in clinics. And we are working with the government of other countries. So for example, Morocco, they allowed it. Our Ukrainian foreign students take practical lessons and have practical all classes in the hospitals in Morocco, in other private universities in Morocco, or government universities in Morocco, so that the quality of education doesn't suffer. Actually, you have the same quality or even better opportunities during the war. So when I'm talking about better opportunities, and I'm very grateful for Dr. Smirnova, she told you about academic mobility at twinning programs. You probably never heard about twinning for foreign students because it's something totally new also for Ukraine. We have a combination, have several universities participating in twinning program. It is with Great Britain universities and with other universities, they're also doing the same programs. We have consortium of Ukrainian universities that are having their cooperation with other consortiums of European universities abroad. And this first time in history in Ukraine gives an opportunity for a big number of foreign students having their possibility to go on academic mobility or their practical short-term visits abroad to the prominent universities, like really top 10, top 100 QS universities, and have their practice free of charge. So that gives them an opportunity to get the best knowledge, being a student of a Ukrainian university, but they can go abroad, study for a short-term period, and then come back. And we're very happy because some may say, oh, the students will not come back. They're coming back because what they can get from the Ukrainian university, not always the same they can get from the best even university in the world, because professors are very kind and they are working with the students very tightly. They help students and they really assist them in everything they do. So foreign students today in Ukraine have a possibility of studying online, offline, mixed format. They have a possibility of academic mobility programs. And we also have very good examples of paid academic mobility. So those students who are already students of the Ukrainian universities, but they would like to study in another country, and they have no possibility to go on they don't want short-term mobility. They want, for example, 1 year mobility or 2 years mobility. It's the maximum actually. So 2 years mobility, and they would like to have 2 years mobility abroad. That is also possible, but it is on the paid basis. So the students need to pay for this. They can go to another country. For example, we have such program with Georgia, and students from Ukrainian universities, they go to Georgian, best Georgian universities. They study there, but they study there under the Ukrainian program, because Ukrainian universities, they give all the syllabus, all the necessary papers for their Georgian colleagues, so that our foreign students can go to Georgia, study in a Georgian university under the Ukrainian program, and all the credits will be valid in Ukraine, and they're still Ukrainian students. So they do not have the necessity to study online. They study offline on the territory of Georgia. For example, I'm just giving you an example of one of, I think, very successful programs. And they spend their time, they live in a different atmosphere, and they get the best from their Georgian universities that are partners with our Ukrainian universities. But then they come back to Ukrainian universities and they continue in Ukrainian universities and they get a Ukrainian degree. They do not have any difference in their classes. Everything is fine because Ukrainian universities give their syllabus to that university. So it's a long-term mobility and it's paid one. But if you would like to go to a short-term mobility, it is lots of opportunities, as Dr. Smirnova told, and you have so many possibilities. And that is something we never had for foreign students, because usually we think, okay, they're foreign students, they're already a kind of academic mobility, or they're already in a foreign country, so we're giving them everything here in Ukraine. But nowadays, they can spend 1 semester in one country, 1 semester in another country, and then come back and get a Ukrainian degree. And that is a unique possibility that we have right now. We're also working on on transit visas, and we do understand that for some students, it's rather difficult to reach Ukraine. And they would like to study in Ukraine in offline format, but for them, it's so difficult to get transit visas and, get to Ukraine, even though they feel rather safe in Ukraine. So we're working with the other officials of the government together on helping and smoothing this process. And before September, we will have a decision how to do this. So as soon as you get Ukrainian invitation from a Ukrainian university, you get Ukrainian visa, and it will be also the embassies who will be helping you, Ukrainian embassies who will be helping you in getting transit visas. So in case you need to come to Ukraine and study offline. So we are working on this. We know all of the challenges of foreign students and we try to help them. We try to assist them in the best way possible. And this is really the time to come and study. This is really the time to study online and start your opportunities to get the best programs and also the reasonable prices. Universities in Ukraine haven't changed their prices. You know, every year they're increasing the annual fees, but this year they even some decreased the annual fees for foreign students, so that foreign students really have an opportunity for very, very reasonable price to get the best quality education that will be recognized worldwide. And take this opportunity, tell your students about this opportunity, and we'll be very happy to see all of them in Ukraine. And we're sure that they will be also very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olena Shapovalova, for your kind and very effective and fruitful information for all our potential students and future students of Ukrainian universities. Thank you for your points with the emotions concerning the attractiveness, because Ukrainian case, especially due to the war challenges, now is really unique. And professors and universities could really give this unique opportunity to give this knowledge to the foreign students, for the world community, to have this knowledge about Ukraine, about the international relations, challenges within the international economy, challenges concerning the ecological risks, and so on. In each field, in each educational program, Ukrainian case is really unique one. Now I have a special honor to give the floor, Your Excellency, to the Ambassador of Palestine in Ukraine. Why I'm saying that this is a very special honor from our side, because Dr. Geshem Hassan Dajani is our alumni as a graduator from the former Faculty of International Relations and International Law. Currently, this is the Institute of International Relations that is a really well-known hub for international students, where there were prepared a lot of politicians, ambassadors, and other political experts on the very high international level. So that's why this is my very special and kind honor to give the floor to Dr. Geshem Hassan Dajani. The floor is yours, Your Excellency. We cannot hear you. You are muted. Please switch on your microphone.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for giving me the floor. Honorable Vice Rector, Mrs. Ksenia Smirnova, Mrs. Olena Shapovalova, Director of Ukrainian State Center for International Education. Honorable professors, representatives of the diplomatic corps, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the kind invitation to join this important expo. It is a great pleasure to make a welcome speech, especially at the university I graduated from in 1984. I was a proud student of the Faculty of International Relations and International Law. It is a very special moment personally for me. As you know, that thousands of Palestinians have graduated from Ukrainian universities over the past decades with various scientific specializations. So allow me to take the opportunity of being with you today to express on behalf of all of them our high appreciation and gratitude to all the professors and teachers who shared their priceless knowledge with us. I am proud to say that I was taught by esteemed professors of the international relations and international law faculty, who significantly contributed to the drafting of the United Nations Charter and international law and left their mark in world history. The university gave the possibility to many generations of its graduates to occupy very high positions in governmental and non-governmental establishments in many countries around the globe. This shows the high level of education that Taras Shevchenko University of Kiev has been and still providing, and that is what makes it well known all over the world. I am sure that each foreign student who graduated from the Taras Shevchenko University of Kiev still has the high respect and love to the university, to Ukraine and its capital, and to wonderful and kind Ukrainian people. We Palestinians would like to maintain and strengthen the existing bilateral relations between Ukraine and Palestine, not only in political and trade spheres, but also in the fields of education and science. And we will be proud to see new generations of Palestinian students graduating from Ukraine. Allow me to express my respect and best wishes to the Taras Shevchenko University, the university administration, and all the professors and teachers, and many more years of glory to come. This university is and always will be spiritual home for all the graduates. Allow me to thank you again and express really my happiness to be today with you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, we are very grateful for your words, for sharing with us your emotions and thoughts about your years when you were studying in the Faculty of International Relations and International Law, and for your kind words and announcement, this glory for Ukrainian universities and our as well. Thank you very much once again. And we as a university, our doors are open for the whole diplomatic corpus and all the diplomatic authorities in Ukraine and abroad on sharing knowledge and academic expertise in different fields. For me, it's also this very special honor because, you know, today with us, not only the interested students all over the world, abroad, and agencies who are interested on providing international students, but among our esteemed guests today, we are together with our friends, with our colleagues from diplomatic authorities, who are our ambassadors. Ambassadors from the point of view of providing educational diplomacy as well. And now this is my very special honor to give the floor to the ambassador of Ukraine in Tunisian Republic and Libya, to Dr. Volodymyr Khomanets, Your Excellency. We are so grateful that you are with us today. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mrs. Ksenia. Good morning, everybody. Hello from African region. I am very happy to be here with you and thank you for invitation. I want to assure you that you and me and ambassadors always together, as Mrs. Ksenia said, mentioned, it's like a proof of the success in the not easy tasks what we are discussing today. I mean about the presentation of Ukrainian potential of Ukrainian educational system, especially the potential of the Kyiv National University, which is very well known in the world and is very tractable for the foreign students. And sorry, I forgot to say greetings to my colleagues, ambassadors from other countries. I'm really happy to be with you on this platform. And I want to just share from my side, the encouraging behavior that, because I am the ambassador which works on the, I could say, on the ground in Africa, where the potential customers, I mean foreign students, are keen to study, to continue study in Ukraine. And even after 1.5 year war in Ukraine, they are looking the possibilities to study in Ukraine. And I want to assure you that we are really must be proud of such approach of the from foreign students. It's not easy tasks for us, for Ukrainian diplomacy, to, I could say, to assure the foreign students not to leave the Ukraine after the war was launched 1.5 years ago. It's our common tasks, along with your, my dear colleagues from the scientific educational sphere, I could say, front. We are on diplomatic front, you are in your front as well. But our goal are the same, and particularly how to keep the foreign students to continue study in Ukraine, and how to attract more foreign students to enroll in the Ukrainian universities. And one of our key tasks of ambassadors abroad, especially in the countries of the so-called South, global South, namely in African countries, just to make the proper presentation of the Ukrainian potential of our educational system. And it's, from one hand, it's not, it's easy to do it. And from another hand, it's difficult. One, it's easy because we really have a very nice reputation of our educational system, of our Kyiv National University. Why? Because we are very, this system of education, what we can provide, it's very flexible. What does it mean? It's successfully, it could successfully adapt to new realities. What new realities I mean? COVID and the Russian war against Ukraine. And Ukrainian system can adopt to the consumer requests very flexibly, very easy. That's why we are still on the world market as one of the most interesting place for providing their educational services, and the parents of the teachers, foreign teachers, they're looking for this potential. And our work from as a Ukrainian diplomacy to represent our potentials and in time, I think, in a proper audience. From other hand, why I said it's not easy, more frankly, it's really difficult, because not Russian aggressor works as well in this sphere. And I could say we in war with Russia in Africa, in country where I represent Ukraine. So because they are fighting for their foreign students, and they're using very different approaches how to achieve it, and as a terroristic context, and uses very harmful efforts how to attract the foreign students. That's why it's we here, especially in Tunisia and Libya, we really fight with Russia for the foreign students. But I just describe what we are doing and how we are doing it together. But I want to assure you that your information about the potential of Ukrainian educational system, particularly about the Kyiv National University's capabilities, are in right hands. I mean, in hands of Ukrainian diplomats, which are represented everywhere in the world. And we use information very efficiently. And I just, I could say, in permanent contact through the mass media, through the different channels with our potential consumers of such services. I mean, students and parents of the students. And I am really happy when I received the requests for applications to visa to Ukraine to study, they are now, it's a really proof of success of our common work. It's not easy to go to Ukraine, even for Ukrainians. But could you imagine when the parents appeal to the Ukrainian embassy, please, we need the visa for students, and they want to, if it's necessary, even they can go directly and study in Ukraine, on the territory of Ukraine. So it's really, I could say, the success, not full but partial success at this current circumstances what we are living now. But I want to assure you that we are on the right track. Our cooperation very strong, and victory will be in this track as well on our side. And very important that our potential consumers, I mean, foreign students, Tunisian, Libyan one, wants to continue study in Ukraine and want to return back to Ukraine after the victory. So thank you for such strong cooperation what we have now, and I'm convinced that the victory will be in Africa as well. And let me wish you encouraging in your work, unbreakable, and creativity, because it's very important to use this in such difficult situations. The creativity approach, how to I could say fight on diplomatic front everywhere, especially in Africa. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, colleagues, and victory will be with us. Thank you.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for your such strong words and such strong support for all our efforts that we are doing on our educational front, as you said. And we are fully can confirm that we are really very close to each other, because we are also doing on our front these issues with educational diplomacy to be attractive for international students, providing internationalization inside our university, and providing internationalization of higher education abroad. All that rivers and all that waves are mutually linked to each other. So we really can confirm that our university, Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, we are contributing on that waves, this rivers, if I may to say, in such a symbolic ways. Once again, thank you very much. And we are really deeply grateful that you are with us, and we are cooperating in such a important and strong issues. Thank you.
Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen, Madam Oksana, Madam Ksenia, Your Excellencies, and esteemed viewers. Hello from Kenya. I'm sorry, it's too easy to get a cold. My name is Alexey Sirkov. I have been graduated like a TV journalist in 2001 from Kyiv National University. So I'm so pleasant to participate in this online conference organized by my alma mater. And from 2010, I'm living in Kenya. In 2018, by Kenyan and Ukrainian government, I have been promoted to the honorary consul position of Ukraine. And now we're in charge to increase trade between our countries in a different area. Commodities, machinery, defense industry, tourism, and education. My experience in education like this. Around 2017, we have received order from a Study in Ukraine program to promote Ukrainian education in Kenya. Definitely, we did what we had in our hands. We used all opportunities with Ukrainian businessmen here, how to deliver this message and promote Ukrainian universities. The best results, what we was able to deliver, we sent around 500 students in 2021 to Ukrainian universities. For the local businessmen who is running this business, mostly it's Indian and local businessmen and a few Ukrainian businessmen. It's good business. It's too easy to sell Ukraine because cost of education sometimes even cheaper than in Kenyan universities. Students who has or their parents as Australia, Malaysia, and I can say that Ukraine can compete with maybe with India and Russia. For example, in 2021, India around 16,000, Ukraine still only 500. And I don't remember that we sent any one student to Kyiv National University. Most important or interested for local students profession, it's aviation engineering, medicine, architecture, and maybe international relationship. We experienced some activity from Ukrainian university. We received and hosted a few delegations from Poltava, from Chernobyl, from Odessa and Lviv. On 2022, we was planning to do big event. We received confirmation from around 25 online to promote this opportunity study in Ukraine for Kenyan students, but unfortunately it's not happened because war. Another one, around 70% of students, it's future students, but 30% of young people, they're looking how to get visa to Ukraine and then leave Ukraine for European Union. Mostly it's guys from Somalia and headed for consular section, but our consul and intelligence are trying to deal with this. So definitely it's a huge opportunity for Kyiv University. Why? Because Kenya sent around 100,000 students per year abroad to get at least for the start a small share and definitely to get that business. Only challenges what we are currently experience here, it's not possible to get transit visas and problem with logistics. I know that we have opportunities to study online, but unfortunately for now, we received information about it maybe like a few weeks ago. To be honest, we did not promote these opportunities, but what we are starting to do to promote online education. What I know, students, they definitely prefer leave Kenya and study physically in different countries. But still, we did not, I think, put a lot of efforts to this issue, but definitely we are going to do. And yesterday I shared agencies who's interested to send students to Ukraine, and I believe that they will be in position to deliver. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for sharing with us your experience, challenges, and putting on the table on agenda the most important issue that universities also should do on that issue. And concerning that, university is really aware on widening these strategic territorial implications for foreign students. And one of the priorities for us now, based on our experience of our university, to prepare foreign students from different countries on the Far East, in the Middle East. Now we are putting additional priorities for African countries and far-reaching transitional education crossing the ocean on the North and South American continent. Of course, our students could use all the possibilities of university life, being active in sport activities, being active in different exhibitions and student and young events for young people. So all that activities are really open for students in our university. Let me once again express deep gratitude to our esteemed guests with sharing with your ideas. And let me start with our second part of our Canoe Expo International, with the concrete and detailed presentation of the most important our educational programs in our university. I also mentioned that it is not exhaustive list. This is the most unique. This is our unique programs that we are presenting now, but it's not the exhaustive list. We are proposing to our international students educational programs that are taught in Ukrainian language, in English language, on the 3 levels of education: the bachelor level, the master level, and on the level of the Doctor of Philosophy, PhD level. Among all that 3 levels of education, we have the variety of programs that are announced to our international students. The whole amount of programs that now proposing for within our university, it's more than 500 educational programs. And of course, international students can choose every program. Now, we are focusing on the most interesting and the most popular programs that are proposing by our university. For that, with that case, let me shift and give the floor to our international student office, who is dealing with all the issues concerning international students. And let me introduce to you Sergei Fokin, the head of the International Student Office, and you will give the floor to the moderator, and maybe you will show us interesting, unique issues and things about our university.
Thank you. Dear guests of our expo, glad to welcome you all today. Before we will introduce the programs, we would like to show you a short video about our university with our students' reviews.
Hello, my name is Dalia. I'm from Algeria and I'm a second-year medical student at Taraf Shevchenko University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wang Xiaoqing. I am from China and now I live in Kiev.
Good morning. My name is Supratim Sengupta. I am from New Delhi, India.
I chose this university before reading about the faculty. It is among the best universities in Ukraine. and the best one in Kyiv. And as I want to live in the capital of Ukraine, I choose Taras Shevchenko University, hoping that they will accept me as medical student.
Before I come to Ukraine, I have read a lot of information about university here, but unfortunately, on the internet, there's nothing special. So I decided to ask my friend in Ukraine, and he told me that the best university in Ukraine is Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv.
I came to know under this university in 2018. I made some researches and then I came to know it's one of the most phenomenal and the best universities of Kyiv, Ukraine.
Very good, because actually I need to say that in the beginning I was afraid because of the language barrier, but I didn't find any problem with this, because not just at this university but also outside, Ukrainian people are very welcoming and friendly, and they don't hesitate to help foreigners. Especially during the war, I didn't feel alone here, because my Ukrainian friends and also the university were contacting me time to time to be sure that I'm good.
Effective journalism and their lesson in Ukraine. So it's kind of not easy for me, but I like taking challenge. In the university, I learned a new language, Ukrainian. And before the war, there were many students' events, such as in some traditional Ukrainian festival, we can eat local food and we can wear local clothes.
Studying at Taras Shevchenko University requires a lot of seriousness. It is necessary to be up to date, and before choosing any course of study, you need to not just like, but love what you are going to study, and then start the real work, the serious one. Because in this university, the training is very serious.
My experience so far in this university is phenomenal, and what I do believe is the university staffs and the professors of this university have helped me a lot during this time as well, and I've been here for 2018 and it's going good.
Our university is the oldest university in Ukraine. There are 22 faculties in university and more than 20 dormitories. And we also have specific dormitory and faculty for foreigners.
My advice to anyone who is coming down to this university would be to stay regular on their works, because it's one of the most prestigious university with very good teachers, and I will recommend everyone to come down to this university to have the best experience of their life.
I didn't leave Ukraine when the war started, so the answer to this question is the same as Ukrainian can give to you. In the beginning, we were afraid, but in the course of time, we had to stop being afraid and try to have a normal life and continue living.
I can't say they're safe or not, but for me, I like living here. I think it's the best way to learn language and culture.
It's been 1 year in Ukraine and going so great, and I feel comfortable, I feel safe, and I am a volunteer here, and I'm thankful to my professor who gave me a wonderful opportunity. Slava Ukraini!
Я сподіваюся, що скоро все буде добре. Слава Україні!
Esteemed guests, dear Excellencies, ambassadors, let me introduce the bachelor program in philology, Ukrainian language and translation for foreigners. I will tell briefly why this program is worthy to enter it, which qualifications will our graduates get and where they can work after graduating, what will they study and how will be their life in our university. You know well that now Ukraine cooperates with many countries in, first of all, military, but also in cultural, economic spheres. And these connections are developing actively. Also, Ukrainian culture becomes more and more interesting for the world. And now world needs more specialists in Ukrainian philology, translators, interpreters, and teachers of Ukrainian. After successful graduating of this program, students can get diplomas of the European standard with one of two qualifications. The first qualification is general education teacher, and other is specialist translators. Depending on their choice, they will study one of two elective courses. An elective course, teaching Ukrainian language for foreigners with enhanced study of pedagogy and teaching method, and an elective course, Ukrainian language in linguocultural aspects with enhanced study of translating theory and linguoculturology.
Excuse me, maybe it's only for me. I can see.
Doesn't move.
Mute slides.
And now?
Just first.
Thank you for saying that. Can you see now the next slides? That was second and third. And then maybe allow me, please, demonstrate in such a regime. Maybe it will be more successful. I repeat that second elective course is Ukrainian language in linguocultural aspect with enhanced study of translating theory and linguoculturology. After graduating, our student will have opportunity to work as translators and interpreters, as teachers, journalists, experts, and consultants at university, in embassies, in international companies, in cultural centers. And one of our ex-students works now in a film company as a scriptwriter, so she creates films. What will our students study? First of all, 3 foreign languages, sure, Ukrainian. The second foreign language, one of the Western European, English, French, German, or Spanish. And the third foreign language, additionally to Ukrainian, a second Slavic language. Also, they will study disciplines that will make them good specialists, but also educated people. They will study history, literature, and culture of Ukraine and the world, theory and practice of translation, philosophy, economics, psychology, and so on. But their life will not only about learning, home tasks, and passing exams. They will get a chance, despite online forms, to participate in scientific conferences, in international competitions, in poetry and spelling, in conversational clubs, and much more. Here you can see the photo with our students, which won the international competition, Taras Shevchenko Unites People. The study will last 4 years, which includes 8 semesters, 44 disciplines. That means 240 credits in European credit systems. As I mentioned, now Ukrainian study becomes more and more popular. Many departments try to add these studies to their programs, but why our university is unique? First of all, because you can find here native speakers who live in Ukraine, who use Ukrainian in their everyday life in all spheres, and will be happy to share their skills and knowledge. Our department has 40 years of experience and thousands of graduates, and young people from your country can become one of them.
Hello, I'm glad to be here and tell you about our program. Now I will try to share my screen. Please tell me if it's okay. Now I will try to share whole screen. Can you see the whole screen? Yeah, okay. Let's try. I'm glad to invite you to study to the Education and Research Institute of Philology. This is one of the best philological educational centers in Ukraine. More than 30 languages are studied here, and Ukrainian, of course. And foreigners have the opportunity to study Ukrainian at programs specially created to them. Can you see next slide? Yeah. As you have heard before, we have a bachelor's program, and our Department of Ukrainian Philology for Foreigners has a master's degree program, and I would like to tell you about this. This is program Ukrainian Language and Literature for Foreigners. So if you have studied Ukrainian before, if you can read and understand what is written on the left here, and of course, if you want to deepen your knowledge in Ukrainian language and discover the world of Ukrainian literature, this program is for you. You can see main information about your studies, diploma, qualifications, and I emphasize that language of instruction is Ukrainian. I would like to pay your attention to the fact that among the subjects of the program, the most important are practical and theoretical courses of the Ukrainian language. And in addition to the mandatory subjects, you can choose one of two elective blocks of disciplines, translation or teaching. And this will give you the opportunity to obtain a professional qualification, or translator, or higher educational lecturer. And again, a slide about the structure of the program, but in Ukrainian, so that you can check whether you are ready to study at this program. And if you are not, because you haven't yet studied Ukrainian, but you have friends who might be interested in our program, please tell them about us. And if you are interested in this program, but you don't know Ukrainian, you can study Ukrainian at the preparatory department of our university first. And after this, we will be glad to see you at our program. About our classes. On the one hand, our classes are as practical as possible. But on the other hand, they provide serious scientific training. In addition to scheduled classes, we have two student clubs. This is the orthography workshop and a key club for foreign students. And every year, the winners of our orthography competition take part in international Ukrainian orthography competition in Poland. And this year we have the best result. Our student, Sun Zhui, took the honorable second prize. It is the first when a student from a non-Slavic country was among the leaders, and there were more than 50 participants. And our students take part in poetry projects, poetry competitions, and of course in scientific philological conferences. What I want to say. Now the world has learned about the courage of Ukrainians and is particularly interested in our culture. And the knowledge gained in this program will allow you to introduce the people of your country to the Ukrainian world, to the Ukrainian culture, as our graduates do. Our graduates work now as translators, as journalists, as teachers, lecturers at universities. You can see happy graduates from China and Korea in the photo on the left. And 3 of them teach Ukrainian at Chinese universities now. And on the right, you can see a photo of one of them, Pensia, with her Chinese students. And in the middle, this is our student Sun Tsin, who combined his studies with serious work as interpreter and translator. As I mentioned earlier, our program has a serious scientific research component. And those of our graduates who see their future in science become PhD students. For example, Sun Tsin, now he is a PhD student of our university, and Zhang Wenwei, now she is PhD student at Lviv University. The key, I think, the key to understanding a nation is its language and culture. And in this study program, you can get this key. And you can learn how to use it very skillfully. Join to us, join to our friendly family, study Ukrainian with us, and contact us. We will answer all your questions. We will be glad to see you as our students. Thank you for your attention.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to talk about the Master Program for International Students, English Language and Literature. Can you see my slide? Good. Okay. So this is an educational and scientific applied program that aims to train specialists in English philology. So all our subjects are taught in English. So that is why one of the requirements is the knowledge of English B2 level or higher. And also the applicants are expected to have a bachelor degree in philology or any relevant field. Our graduates can receive a master's degree in philology. And this is a full-time program that lasts 2 years. So what makes our program different from others? First, it offers theoretical and practical courses in both literature and linguistics, with a focus on multiculturalism and intercultural dialogue. The students also can choose among 2 blocks of selective disciplines, either English in multicultural learning environments or modern literature of English-speaking countries. Then they also can take 2 types of compulsory teaching practice and receive the professional qualification of high school teacher of English language and literature. In their first year, they take compulsory disciplines, and in their second year, depending on their learning needs and interest, then may choose one of the selected blocks if they want to specialize on English language more or English literature. But all of them will take two types of teaching practice. They will have to teach English language and English literature to international students. They also take an exit exam in English language and literature and teaching methodology in higher education, and all of them are expected to write and defend their master thesis. Here you can see a list of compulsory disciplines, and from this list you can see that these disciplines aim to improve our students' English skills and knowledge about recent trends in English research and literary studies, as well as teaching and research methodology. Within the first block, they can take intercultural communication, teaching English as a foreign language in multicultural classrooms. They can learn about innovative teaching approaches, as well as how to develop English language syllabus, teaching materials, and tests. Within the second block, they can learn more about contemporary literature, multicultural studies in the US and Western Europe, and also about how to conduct research in literary studies and how to develop effective English literature syllabus, teaching materials, and tests. Our instructors use the modes, teaching methods, activities, and types of assessments that aim to help our students unlock their scientific and creative potential and develop a variety of soft skills that are necessary for their successful employment. So you can see that students are expected to actively involved in the learning process using a variety of resources, including digital. From this slide, you can see the pictures of our students who come from various cultures and countries. And while learning together, they can learn about different cultures. They can help also understand their own culture and develop their intercultural communication skills. Here you can also see the topics of their master papers. These are very topical themes, and they are free to choose the topic of their master paper depending on their needs and interests. We do care about the quality of our educational program, about the content and delivery of our courses, and we regularly ask our students, how can we improve our courses? So you can see that at this stage, they are quite satisfied and they enjoy doing the courses. And they also say that they would recommend our program to their contacts and friends. I also want to focus on some more advantages of the program. That is, that all instructors have PhD degrees and they develop their unique university courses based on their research, their teaching experience inside and outside Ukraine, and participation in international projects. They also use individualized instructions because the groups of students are small and we have an opportunity to meet the needs and interests of each student. And each student voice is heard and valued. So we emphasize also a teacher-student partnership in teaching, learning, and assessment, and consider education as a two-way process when we can learn from each other. Being a classical university, we also use a fundamental approach to teaching humanities, but at the same time, we carefully study the modern requirements of the international labor market to better equip our students with the necessary employability skills. So where our students can work, they can take different positions, teaching, scientific, administrative, in education, including tertiary level. They can also work in print and electronic mass media, funds and unions, humanitarian socio-economic foundations, cultural centers, embassies, etc. So we are here to help our students to be a success. And of course, our time is limited, but if you know someone who is interested in learning English philology, so please give me my contact. I will be more than happy to answer all the questions. So thank you for your attention. And I would also say that we have a very successful bachelor program. And among our bachelor students, because I'm also involved in this as a teacher, I teach communication theory and business communication. We have a lot of students from Turkmenistan, because I could see ambassador from Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, South Africa, Iraq, Iran, and others. And also we have a very successful PhD program in English philology. So if master students, master graduates, so just want to continue their education, they can enter a PhD program. Well, again, thank you for your attention, and I will be happy to answer any question.
So, Faculty of Philosophy. First, what I would like to say that the Faculty of Philosophy have a very long history. This is the first faculty that appeared at the Taras Shevchenko National University of Kiev in 1833. And we could propose to our students different types of programs. It's full-time and part-time educational programs. As previously you've heard from the reporters from the Institute of Philology, our programs are in Ukrainian. And we could propose to our students to study, apart from the general topics in philosophy and cultural studies, in religious studies, and in political science. Of course, we could propose the Ukrainian context of all of this, Ukrainian philosophy, Ukrainian culture, so the situation in religious situation in Ukraine now, and the same in political situation, yes. At our faculty, we have all three levels. You could study and have the degree in bachelor and master, and then in doctoral studies. So you could go through this way if you would like. And if we say about the full and part-time program, educational programs, so the full-time education programs, we have three in humanities, in philosophy, cultural studies, and religious studies, and one program in social and behavioral science, and this is the political science. And if we say about the part-time educational programs, it's only philosophy and political science. So a few words about each of these programs, educational programs. Of course, first and main for our faculty is philosophy. It's you could, after studying on this program, you will have you will understand the importance of philosophy and in place in the system of culture generally, yes. And of course, you will have information and about the main stages and directions of the development in the world philosophy, and especially accent to the Ukrainian philosophy, of course, too. You will awareness, the main trends and issues of contemporary philosophy, and so on. So the main philosophical methods and approaches, and you could use it during in various spheres of life. Next, our program is cultural studies. As I say, we have a special accent to the Ukrainian culture. We even have a Center for Ukrainian Studies, and you could use it during your education. So, in general, of course, you will have informational general and theoretical information about the culture and its development, the cultural dynamics, the periodization of cultural processes, and so on. But as they say, it's very important that we could propose some special courses connected with the Ukrainian culture. Next, our
excuse me, Pani Irina, excuse me. We can't see new slides.
You see now the full and part-time educational programs, yes?
Just first slide.
The presentation wasn't lodged. We see just the PowerPoint.
Okay, one moment.
Okay, now we can see.
Yeah. This is the presentation now, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And then, so the next our programs educational programs in political science. So of course here you could study some concepts, theories, methods in political science, comparative and applied political science, political theory, analysis, and so on, the principles of political culture, the role of ideology, the main features of different political system, and of course the experience of Ukraine in reformed political system, and especially in the context of the war. Then the last one, our program is religious studies. Here you could, as they say previously about the cultural studies, you could study the concept, the theories, and the methods of religious studies, and know how to implement religious knowledge and practice at the state administration and during organize the state administration in country with different religion groups on its territory, and so on. So when we say about all these programs, of course, I would like to present the main departments that we have at our faculty, and this 10 departments that you could see the that 5 of them specialized on only on philosophy, then two departments on cultural studies, and 1 on religion studies, and 2 on political science. Apart from them, during your studying at our faculty, you have an opportunity to participate in various academic activities, and our faculty have a wide range of international cooperation. You could see now a short list, but if you would like to find more information about international cooperation, you could use the QR code in the corner. And also the last one and the interesting activities that we proposed to our students were the series of lectures from the leading professors from the Trinity College of Dublin on philosophy, and you could find more information about this series of lectures using the QR code the same. It's all apart from them, Faculty of Philosophy provides a research-oriented education, and you will have an opportunity to provide your own research in culture and philosophy, in political science and religion science, and then published the results of your own research in one of faculty's journal. And so you could see some academic journals, 5 academic journals that we have, and as I say, the last one Almanac on Ukrainian Studies, published by the Center for Ukrainian Studies at our faculty. Furthermore, the Faculty of Philosophy organized annual academic conference, and during some section of this conference we provide abroad, for example, in Poland with our partners. So all students have opportunity to participate in this conference and to practice in presenting the result of their research that they provide before. And you could, as I say, you could find the page of this conference using the QR code and read a little more information. Every year we publish the conference proceeding and you could find it using this QR code too. The last slide I would like to show you the academic cooperation as academic mobility of our faculty. Our university is a part of, we heard this from previous report, yes, as part of the European system of education. So our students and academic staff have opportunity to visit other academic institutions in Europe. And here you could see the countries where our students and our academic staff visited during the last 3 years. We would really glad to see international students among our students, and we welcome to the Faculty of Philosophy to study generally all for subjects, and especially in Ukrainian philosophy and Ukrainian culture. Here you have a QR code to our pages of the Faculty of Philosophy, where you can find more information about the process of studying at the faculty. Thank you for your attention.
So good afternoon. I'm going to present the educational program English Studies in 2 Foreign Languages, and just a second I will share my screen. So firstly, I will tell you a few words to give a general overview of the program, and then a bit in more detail. So our program is aimed at training of philology specialists in the field of English language and literature who are capable of solving complex problems in the field of philology, that is communication in business, professional environment, conducting linguistic research based on the English language. So what makes our program unique? It's that it includes studying of 3 Western European languages, intensive course in foreign literature, university courses in humanitarian disciplines, traditions of classical university education, as well as modern innovative technologies and methods of teaching European languages, since all our professors have regular trainers, they attend webinars, they have internships in order to keep up with the times. And of course, the availability of 3 blocks of students' free choice disciplines, that is teaching foreign language and literature, business English, and professional communication. So the program is, all the disciplines are taught in English, and the bachelor program lasts 4 years. So prerequisites in order to enter the program is to have a 2-level knowledge of English and to finish a high school. So let's take a look in more details. If we speak about 3 directions, students have selective blocks, that is, as I have mentioned, teaching foreign language and literature, which is very popular among our students. What is specific about it is that all students have teaching practice at schools. And regarding business English and professional communication, they all have social and communication practice. Okay. So if we speak about program as a whole, these are the main compulsory disciplines. That is general English, which is divided into different parts. For example, interactive vocabulary, theoretical and practical grammar of English, interactive view in drama class, and so on. Theory of the English language, which includes phonetics, lexicology, and other subjects. foreign literature, which is studied according to different periods of literature, fundamentals of modern linguistics, regional studies of the first and the second language, and the Ukrainian language. If we focus on the first block, it's teaching foreign language and literature. So students have such subjects as pedagogics, which gives them the opportunity to find out how to teach language at school, methods of teaching foreign language, and it was introduced online NIT in secondary school teaching since our conditions of life make it a very important part of education. The second foreign language, which can be German or French according to students' choice, and the third language, which can be Spanish or Italian, again, according to the student's choice. Speaking about business English directions, so students learn business English, business French or German, regional and social varieties of English, and again, the third language. Regarding professional communication specialization, here we focus mostly on teaching English at workplace, English for specific purposes, and again, business German or French, and the third language. So requirements in order to receive qualification is to study well, to attend classes, to choose one of the blocks, to pass teaching practice and social and communication practice. And in the end of the bachelor's program, students have to defend their bachelor paper. Since our first group of graduates, we had the first group of graduates only 2 years ago. So this is information about that group, which was pretty small. So our graduates found job at schools as teachers of English, at private language schools, again as teachers of business English, at the airport. So we had a group of graduates this year, but unfortunately I can't say yet their workplace, and other students are still still have their studies. And if we speak about the countries our students come from, it's a big variety. So you can see here it's mostly China, Turkey, Turkmenistan. We also have students from Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Ecuador, and Lithuania. So all the above mentioned factors ensure high competitiveness of our program graduates in the labor market. Thank you for attention, and I'll be glad to answer your questions.
So, dear participants of Kyiv National University Expo 2023 International, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce today our bachelor's degree program in economics. And first of all, I'd like to start by saying that nowadays economics is the mainstream of modern economic education in the world, especially when the effective use of limited resources should be the main idea of economic of any country. That's why our program is aimed at training the specialists in economics that are integrated into the international educational community that possess both theoretical knowledge and practical skills for solving problems at the micro and macro levels with a focus on economic policy designing. Speaking about advantages of our program, I'd like to emphasize that our program tends to correspond to the best world analogues. When developing the program, we took into account the best world practices of training in economics at leading universities in Europe and in the US. For example, such as Cambridge, Harvard, London School of Economics and Political Sciences, and etc. We provide optimal combination of fundamental economic and mathematical training, focus on analytical training and critical thinking. Teaching of academic subjects is held in English, and we also invite guest lecturers from different institutions such as National Bank of Ukraine, International Financial Corporation, FOSI Group, and etc., and from universities from abroad as well. After completing the studies, graduates can work at different kinds of business institutions, public authorities, analytical, and research centers. The term of study at our program is 3 years and 10 months. For any additional information, you may contact us at the Faculty of Economics or by email. The contacts are in the slide. And finally, I'd like to say that we'll be very glad to see you at the Faculty of Economics as our foreign students this fall. Thank you very much for your attention.
It should be noted that our master degree program became a logical development of the bachelor program, which was already presented by Dr. Olena Bazhenova. Our master degree program referred to a second type of the program. It's an educational and professional program, because we have two types of program: educational and science and educational and professional. This program is educational and professional. So you will be able to attain two objectives, two goals simultaneously at one time. You will be able to gain an educational qualification and professional qualification when you successfully finish studying at this program. This program is an innovative interdisciplinary program aimed at training specialists with up-to-date knowledge and practical skills in developing and implementing economic policies using quantitative method of economic analysis. As I mentioned it in our chat, duration of the program is 1 year and 4 months, and it includes 90 ECTS credits. An orientation of the program, I already mentioned it, and main focus, it's a general higher education in economics and politics. What is the benefits of this program? First of all, as all of you understand, all disciplines are taught in English. Every student who become a part of our program will be able to develop his English speaking skills and develop, in addition, he will be able to gain a knowledge about domestic and foreign economics, and to analyze peculiarities and features of Ukrainian economy and compare them with the international economic global environment. It should be noted that students who will attend this program will be able to get an internship at leading Ukrainian international companies, government and research institutions. It should be noted that graduates of the program work in leading international and domestic companies, including audit and consulting companies, department and directorates of ministries and agencies of Ukraine, as well as in the research institution. This program was launched in 2017, and in addition, this academic program were improved in 2019 and 2020, and it was due to the revision and updating of the list of compulsory and elective courses in accordance with changing needs of the economics and labor market. It should be noted that this program is taught exclusively on contract basis. It's important to keep in mind. And currently, we have 17 international students studying in the program, and most of them from China. A priority for development of our program is to involve students from Middle Eastern countries and from China to join our program to gain a master's degree in economics and politics. What is the career perspectives for those who will graduate from our program? First of all, graduates of the program can work in position of executives and managers of international company, managers and analysts of consulting company and audit firm, as I already taught. Also, they could start working as a head and employees of division, departments and directorates of National Bank of Ukraine, Ministry of Economics, Ministry of Finance. Also, they could become a lecturers of Ukrainian and foreign university and become a part of research institution or research department of the companies. It should be noted that structure of our master degree program include 66 credit of major compulsory components or courses and 24 credit of elective components. You may see a list of these components at the screen. Finally, it should be noted that our program provides an extensive possibilities to develop your competencies in English language, and in addition to be able to develop and implement an economic policy at the macro and micro level. So we invite every students who already graduated from the bachelor program to enroll for our master degree program this summer and this autumn and join our economic faculty and become a member of our growing publicity at the economic faculty. Thank you for your attention.
Dear esteemed guests, dear colleagues, your excellencies, as the representative of Educational Scientific Center Institute of Biology and Medicine of Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, I am honored to briefly present you the educational program Medicine, which is taught at our institute. So at the Medicine is the state-regulated educational program. The core of this program is same for any educational establishment in Ukraine. It's a 6-year study. The qualification which is obtained after graduation is Doctor of Medicine. And the equivalent, this degree is equivalent to Master of Medicine degree in different countries. And after obtaining this diploma, our students, our alumni, they can work as doctoral interns, trainees, or residents, but to fully perform independent clinical practice, they need to undergo further post-graduation training, which might be in form of internship, clinical residency, or PhD program. And these post-graduation training may be conducted at various medical establishments, medical and educational establishments across Ukraine. But although the core of medicine is same for any university in Ukraine, we have several key features that make us stand from this crowd of universities. First of all, we have a historical successful performance in medicine. As the medical department was established at Shevchenko National University of Kyiv shortly after the foundation of university. And the medical division was so efficient and successful that in the beginning of the 20th century, it was separated from our university and reorganized into Kyiv Medical Institute. And that's why in 2017, the university decided to reopen the medicine program and to prove that we are capable of training successful medical professionals. And this time we hope the medical program will stay in our university for a long time. So the key difference for our university is that the medical program is included into the classical university. Therefore, we combine our academic experience, basic academics, and clinical professionals. So when students are taught in the first 2 to 3 years of their study, they're given basic disciplines, the fundamental disciplines that help to understand the basic principles that happen within their bodies, the basic principles of disease development. And this part of study is given by our academic staff, which almost exclusively they bear some kind of scientific degree, if they're a doctor of philosophy or doctor of science. And during this course, our students are faced both classical methods of teaching, like working in classrooms, laboratories. We have several computer rooms, and also we effectively implement innovative methods of teaching, which successfully increase the performance of our students. For example, we have a lot of teaching aids that help students better understand the complex three-dimensional structure of our bodies, like different anatomical models. We also have state-of-art optical microscopy laboratory where they can investigate the tiny structures within their bodies. And we also have a unique VR lab where students can investigate the structure of different organs, parts of body, different systems in three-dimensional space. With these models, they can be disassembled, they can be rotated, they can be viewed from different points, which greatly, as we know from our experience, greatly increases the effectiveness of education. And after this basic education, our students are taught clinical skills. And we have both efficient preclinical training and clinical training. On the preclinical stage, we have simulation rooms, we have a lot of phantoms, dummies, mannequins where students can master and hone their practical skills and abilities. And after they do so, they are welcome to our clinical bases, which are represented by various state clinics and hospitals, various private clinics, and of course, our own university clinic. And I would like to mention that due to the unfortunate events that are happening right now in Ukraine, our students have the unique possibility to gain invaluable experience in trauma medicine, because the amount of patients, they have different kinds of injuries, both from fire, from shellings, from bullets, from explosions. It's incomparably high compared to other developed countries. And therefore, our students and our clinical professionals, they have the state-of-art experience in this field nowadays. And of course, we're not just about education. As a part of classical university, our students have the access to state-of-art research laboratories, which are located both within our university, and of course we have connections with other universities and other scientific establishments across Ukraine, across Kyiv. And our students are welcome to conduct any type of student research, and they can present their results on different scientific conferences and events, which are organized both by our institute, and they are welcome to participate in events from any other establishment, both in Ukraine and abroad. And of course, students' life is not just about the education or research. Our student community overall in institute, not just the foreign students, but Ukrainian students are very heartwarming. They are very welcoming, and they engage each student who wants to do something in versatile types of extracurricular activities. Like we have numerous social clubs, different events organized by student parliaments, we have charity fairs, and so on and so on. And of course, our international student community is can be called multidimensional, multinational, multicultural, as at the moment we have about 300 students from more than 10 different countries. And of course, this intercultural experience enhances the development of the personal development of students. And that's why we believe this unique combination of academia, clinics, research, and culture makes us the best place to receive the medical degree. Thank you for your attention.
Much, dear Sergey, dear honorable guests, colleagues, let me introduce our institute, and I also would like to share with you information about possibilities which we provide to students. We have 6 departments: Department of Public Administration, Department of Public Policy, Department of Global and National Security, Department of Parliamentarism, Department of Regional Policy, and Department of European Integration Policy. Also, I would like to admit that we have next programs. At bachelor degree, we can introduce to the potential foreign students very interesting and very actual and universal educational program, Governments in the Public Sphere. You can see that we have enough
places, and also very interesting and active students' life. If we speak about master's degree, we have more educational programs for foreign students, and I would like to say that now we have several foreign students which are our students. And I would like to introduce public management and administration more detail, also civil service, parliamentarism and parliamentary activity, local self-government, post-conflict governance, and also very interesting and very attractive for foreign students, public management and administration, EU integration. And we can propose full-time and part-time. If we speak about educational program, public management and administration, as I have said, we have full-time and part-time forms of study. Why it is attractive for foreign students? Universal knowledge, lecturers have practical and experience of managerial work at the state and local level. Has been operating at the Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv for many years, and it's a very successful one. Has among its graduates high-ranking officials in the system of public authorities in Ukraine and abroad. And of course, every year we teach foreigners. People's Republic of China and Azerbaijan, and also previously we have from other countries. Why it's worth joining? During your studies at the educational program, you will learn how master the skills of solving complex tasks and problems in the field of public management and administration. Also to manage the development of various facilities based on leadership and communication, to form your own professional trajectory and apply mechanism of project and program management, and much more. Also, students have a possibility to internship in state authorities of local self-government bodies, both in Ukraine and in their countries of origin. And many disciplines are taught in English. Also, I would like to say about our disciplines, what our students study. Political and legal management and administration, state marketing, public administration in the field of national security, decision-making theory and situation analysis, adaptation of the civil service to EU standards, information and analytical support in public management and administration, project management in the public sphere, and many other interesting disciplines. Our curriculum is really very interesting and actual. Also, we have variety students live, and besides this, popular among foreign student master program, we have MU1, and it's also very interesting, and we consider it to be also worth joining, because you will become a manager of the future who can solve complex tasks and problems in the field of public management and administration, taking into account the experience of the European Union, develop strategic documents for the development of social economic systems at the higher central, regional, local, and organizational levels, carry out professional activities, taking into account cooperation with the European Union, and much more, and to obtain professional qualifications, consular state authorities or state expert. Also, some interesting disciplines of this master program, and I would like to admit it is full-time form of study. European integration policy of Ukraine, basic principles of European economic policy, adaptation of the civil service to EU standards, international parliamentarism in English, globalization challenges in English, grant rating in English, and anti-corruption policy of the EU and member states, and other interesting disciplines. Also, you can see that we have a lot of students, especially master students, and we have our own website in the field of our university. It is our main contact, and what I would like to say is that we are very student oriented, and we welcome you to our institute and to our university. Thank you very much. And also our infrastructure, you can see that we have two corpuses, and also we have two dormitories, and they are very comfortable for living, for studying, and they are very close to our main corpuses. That's all. Thank you very much.
Hello to everyone. Let me share my screen. So I hope that everything you can see. Okay, so we're here today to introduce you our exciting bachelor's program in international business, commerce, and finance. So our program is designed to equip students with the knowledge and skills necessary to excel in this environment. And this program is relatively new one. So first launched in September 2019. The pioneer graduating class finished this year in June. 3 months. So the program is still young, but has already produced successful graduates. I would like to admit that our program is unique because it offers a blend of theoretical knowledge and practical experience. We believe in the importance of understanding the global business environment and the role of commerce and finance in shaping our current world. And our curriculum is designed to provide students with a comprehensive understanding of the key areas of international business, commerce, and finance. So we cover a wide range of topics from economics and management to marketing and finance. So you will gain international perspective from faculty and fellow students. Of course, there are opportunities for team projects to enhance cross-cultural learning. You can also intern in companies and study abroad at partner universities. When you complete this program, you will have strong theoretical knowledge and practical skills to work in public institutions, private companies, NGOs, and consultancies that do business across different countries and regions. You can also pursue postgraduate and doctoral training for academic and research. About our institute, Institute of International Relations provide a multicultural environment with over 2,500 domestic and foreign students, which is very important for international students. So the institute has over 150 international partnership agreements, 6 academics offering 30 different majors. Originally established in 1944, over 200 professors. And with this strong foundation of over 75 years, the Institute is offering innovative programs like the Bachelor international business, commerce, and finance to prepare students for success in our interconnected world. So some words about teaching, which is very important. So the bachelor program utilizes a multifaceted mix of modern interactive teaching techniques designed to engage students and provide an enriching hands-on learning experience fit from close guidance and mentoring from professors who are experts in their fields. Real-world business case studies are analyzed in depth to build critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Renowned visiting faculty from partner universities conduct master classes that lend fresh global perspectives. As I mentioned earlier, group projects and collaborative assignments foster teamwork and interpersonal abilities. Businesses through role plays and scenarios enact real-world situations to develop decision-making competence. As well, field trips and some site visits to companies and organizations allow for immersive hands-on learning. So in any case, the focus remains on acquiring core competencies and practical know-how along with theoretical knowledge. Our students have the opportunity to attend lectures on influential grantees in different areas of knowledge and practice that take place. So pastors from top-rated universities, business representatives, different official politicians, ambassadors, and so on. We have extensive, as I mentioned as well, so we have extensive global partnership that provide diverse international experiences. So students allow studying abroad and prestigious partner universities worldwide. I think about these all possibilities at the beginning of today meeting. So joint diploma programs, participation in different international projects, which is very important to build cross-cultural communities. Of course, you are preparing for international business, first of all. In general, these international connections expose students to new ideas and new cultures. Our graduates go on to impactful careers worldwide. So many become government officials and diplomats representing their home countries' interest globally. Others work at major multinationals, international organizations, NGOs, universities, research centers, and so on. So the powerful global alumni network of the Institute of International Relations and the network of the university opens doors. And our degree leads to careers at top international companies and organizations, including PwC, Deloitte, Citibank, Unilever. Beyond academics, there are many opportunities for extracurricular activities through diverse student-led clubs. You can see them all. So this allows students to pursue their interests and make friends with similar passions. We also host a range of events that provide opportunities for team building, networking, and getting to know our faculty and fellow students better. So these occasions help build a sense of community. And so you can find the Institute and the bachelor program here at Ilanka Street. So in conclusion, our bachelor programs offer a comprehensive education that prepares in the global business world. And we invite you to join us and become part of our vibrant and diverse community. So thank you for your attention.
So let me introduce our International Law Bachelor's Program. The next slide. Can you see the next slide, please, Tommy? If yes, okay. So it is a 4-year program which provides knowledge and skills in comparative law, public international law, private international law, European Union law. It was founded in 2017 as the first English bachelor's program for foreigners in international law in Ukraine, and many students from different countries and continents study here. You can see the list on the screen. So why should you study international law? Because it allows flexibility in terms of future career and professional life. Our educational program, as other educational programs in international law, covers, except legal disciplines, also different subjects such as philosophy, world culture, international relations, world politics, country studies, which can help you to find your own place in the diversity of jobs. International is a very concrete sphere of international relations which determines clear and obligatory rules of conduct for its actors. And such knowledge, such skills are very esteemed in each country and on international arena. Why should you study international law in Ukraine? Well, as our Vice Rector, Ms. Smirnova, told us, from the beginning of the large-scale invasion of Russia into Ukraine, our country takes an active part in the formation of a new international legal order. Our lecturers, our professors are members of different governmental and international agencies, and they deal with particular aspects of Ukraine-Russian war conflict and its impact on international law. And they can bring these interesting practical cases into the classroom for students to consider them, whether they deal with the establishment of special criminal tribunal on the crime of aggression, or setting up of a special international compensation commission for damage caused during this armed conflict, or, for example, different proceedings cases between Ukraine and Russia in different international courts, human rights courts, individual applications, etc. Well, why should you study international law at our program and in our university? Well, because we offer you 4 main directions, 4 main elements. First of all, general humanitarian training. You will study such subjects as philosophy, world culture, etc. Second, basic legal training. For example, Roman law, comparative constitutional, comparative civil, administrative, or criminal law. Third, training in international relations, including international economic relations or country studies. And fourth, specialized blocks of the in-depth study. So a student can choose one of these blocks and to improve his or her knowledge and skills in a particular area of international law. First, public international law, dealing with international legal relations between states, international organizations, and sometimes private entities. Private international law, dealing with legal relations between private entities and sometimes between states and organizations. And European law, dealing with legal relations between all these above-mentioned actors, but within the European Union legal system or Council of Europe legal system or other European organizations. We provide you with modern legal methods of study like case studies, moot cases, masterclasses, guest lectures, etc. We offer you internship in legal companies and non-governmental organizations. Our program was accredited by our National Agency for Higher Education Quality Assurance in 2020. Here on the screen, you also can see elements, traditional classical elements of the program, like the number of credits, the number of elective disciplines you can choose from the list of subjects, term paper, internship, qualification exam, and at the end, you will be granted diploma, providing the educational qualification of the Bachelor in International Law. Successful completion of our program in international will enable the graduates to prepare different analytical materials, recommendations, legal acts, provide expert advice for public bodies, private persons, legal entities on the issues containing international law, to conduct diplomatic and business correspondence, work with international documents to prepare drafts of legal acts and know how to apply them, to represent states, private entities in international and national courts, governmental authorities, international organizations, and other fora. Usually our graduates are employed as diplomats, lawyers, experts at different skills. We have very professional academic staff. Lectures and seminars are conducted by prominent national experts and lawyers, national and even international judges, members of different national and international organizations. Our lecturers regularly undergo foreign internships, improve their competencies. Students can settle their problems efficiently, promptly by addressing to me as a program coordinator. They even share with me their personal problems sometimes. My colleague has already communicated to you all main points of our students' life, so I will not repeat, but the peculiarity in this program is that we provide our students the opportunity to participate in different national, regional, and international universal moot court competitions in international law. Here you can see my own contact information and also web page link where you can find the admission examination program, structure of the educational program with the list of all obligatory and elective disciplines you may choose for the third and fourth year. And also, as far as I understood, our presentations will be uploaded to our site, and you can have a possibility to watch videos from our graduates with their feedbacks about our program. Thank you very much for your attention, and we are ready and will be happy to see you among our students.
Hello, can you hear me? Great, great. Well, dear colleagues and guests, dear applicants and prospective students, let me click on the respective option and try to share the screen with you. So it's a pleasure for me to introduce you to the European Business Law Master Program given by the Institute of International Relations of Taras Shevchenko University. Please let me know if everything is okay on the screen. I cannot, unfortunately. Yep, it's working. Right. Ukraine has chosen its European future. The European and Euro-Atlantic course of the state is written in the Constitution of Ukraine. We have signed EU-Ukraine Association Agreement. And moreover, 1 year ago, on June 2022, amidst war, the European Council granted Ukraine the status of the candidate for accession to the European Union. And this is the sign that Ukraine will be welcomed by the European family. Therefore, there is a need for qualified specialists capable of rendering legal services to support export-import operations and advising state and private businesses on compliance with EU trade rules. So let me click another one page. So as you can see, it is an intense 90 credits program taught in English language, filled with exciting and diverse courses. And well, the program consists of 8 mandatory courses and 2 blocks of 7 courses to choose from. Well, another one page. We have 2 terms of the program that will be devoted to academic studies and 1 term to thesis writing and doing an internship. As I have read from the chat box, the tuition fee, about the tuition fees, the tuition fee per program and per term is quite competitive, and amounts per program in general, 3,100 euro. So approximately 80,000 hryvnias, national currency, per year. 1 year and a half, approximately 3,100 or 200 euros. So the next slide, we use a variety of different teaching and assessment methods to provide our students with varied learning experience and give them the best possible chance to excel during their studies. In our models, you will be taught the principles of the subject through traditional lectures, and you will revisit and discuss the subject in more informal settings through seminars and guided independent learning also. Well, let me go forward. So obtaining or joining European Business Law Master Students Program, you will get an opportunity to obtain a double master degree. So our program allows you to study at two institutions, the Institute of International Relations in Ukraine and Kazimieras Simonavičius University in Lithuania. Here it is, you can see. So the completing two master programs in 1.5 years. We provide the comprehensive range of opportunities to gain hands-on experience and maximize our and your ability to your further employability also. So the most important thing that you can see from that option that during your study, during 1.5 years, you are capable to obtain 2 master's programs diplomas if you succeed. Well, our academic chair of comparative and European law, you can see in front of that screen, and we exactly focused on the academic excellence in the EU law. Well, the highly regarded academic regularly contribute to global and national policy development and law reforms through their work with government and regulatory agencies, and our staff regularly invited to speak in conferences and to provide their expert opinion in the media. So we invite you to join our short-reach, affordable, double diploma master program in European business law to become a highly qualified legal professional. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, you may reach us via the contact details in front of you.
Hello, dear colleagues and participants of the conference. My pleasure to be here today and present for you this small presentation about admission to our university and its specific features this year. So to start with, I'd like to tell you that admission of international students this year and last year has some specific features concerning the fact that we have now the possibility of online admission and offline admission. Let's speak a little bit about specifics of admission online and the fact that it can be done at all. Since last year, the Ministry of Education of Ukraine gave us the possibility to accept students and applicants from foreign countries in online mode. To conduct this possibility, we have signed an agreement with partner organizations which are holding on test centers in the countries where we of origin of applicants to our university. Last year, we had a range of centers in different countries abroad. Specifically, you can see on the pictures the countries where we had those centers and the amount of centers specifically. As you can mention, the biggest amount was in the China and Turkey, and also in Azerbaijan we had 2 admission centers. Concerning some specific features of online admission, all students before starting and before having tests, they should receive the invitation letter for education. After receiving of this invitation letter, we appoint the place and time of admission tests for our applicants, and they basically will have further 2 multi-tests, so language proficiency test and specialty test with faculty. Also, after passing these tests, students can apply for visa and come to Ukraine or continue their education online, depends on the decision of each specifically faculty of our university. And also they will need to make a legalization of their documents, but we will speak about that a bit later. here on the screen, you can see the photos from last year admission campaign with our applicants from China who was passing the tests. So as you can see, the organization of tests was held on high level, and also we have fit all the requirements set by our Ministry of Education concerning passing these tests. So we have like recording the test, video, cameras looking to students not to have any kind of cheating and whatever. And all these procedures are held online, from both sides, from China and Ukraine as well. For other countries, the specifics were the same. Concerning offline admission, it's going as usual. So students receiving invitation letter going to Ukrainian embassy in their country and applying for a visa of D13 type, educational visa, to come to Ukraine. After coming to Ukraine, they register in the university for tests. They also have 2 multi-tests, language proficiency and specialty tests with faculty, but they are held offline here in Ukraine. After that, students are enrolled and they are going further for their residence permit issues and adaptation for life in Ukraine. Concerning invitation, this is a special document which is issued by the university and which belongs privately to each student. And further, it's needed for admission, visa procedures, and crossing the border of Ukraine to confirm the purpose of coming to Ukraine, specifically for studies in our universities. Concerning legalization of the documents, there are 2 types of this procedure. It depends on the country of applicant, because some countries are the participants of the convention, the Hague from the 1961 concerning recognition of documents between countries. For example, in Egypt, students should go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ukrainian embassy to confirm the validity of their documents. But for example, in Turkey, they can just put in a postal to certify their documents. This is a very important requirement concerning educational documents from school or from their bachelor's degree if they apply for master's, as basing on this legalization. Further, the students apply for confirmation of their documents in the Ministry of Education of Ukraine, and they are granted with a certificate of confirmation. And without this certificate, it's impossible for them to graduate and receive diploma in Ukraine. This is a very important step, and we are explaining all our students that the documents should be legalized absolutely, not to face problems further. If we're speaking about our applicants, they choose, on the screen you can see the list of specialties they're choosing the most often. And this is the most interesting specialties for them. Based on the different polls between the graduates of international student graduates and also applicants, they show a significant interest in mostly in management, medicine, and legislation specialties. However, it's a great pleasure that in the last 2 years, they show a significant interest also in Ukrainian language and culture in general. Also, we should mention that we always offer our applicants to go through the preparatory courses. We have them in 2 types, like in Ukrainian language and in English language. It depends on which specialty student is preferred to take later. It's also like a kind of option for students that they can choose between these 2 languages of education. However, currently more specialties for them are available in Ukrainian language of studies. And we explaining this to them also. This year also the form of these courses got some changes, and they are currently pending in preparing. So it will be more like preparing a preparative course specifically under each specialty specifically. However, it also depends on students. All these courses includes intensive language course and Ukrainian culture to help them in adaptation, and later some specific subjects. For example, for medical applicants, it would be biology, physics, and chemistry, and for math students, it would be math and physics, and etc., etc., etc. Also, we explained our applicants that when they apply to our university for studies, not only getting the degree, they also get the range of opportunities, as our university has a wide variety of collaborations with different organizations. For example, Erasmus Plus. We have more than 100 partners around the world where students can go for internship or have exchange program for like half or 1 year programs. Last year, our medical students used this option and went under the agreement of collaboration with Georgian University for 1 year internship there. So, and this year we have also some active students of our university who are applying for going there for next year of education. So this is very good. It works very good. Also, you can see currently on the screen that our university is widely represented on different study portals, international portals, which shows the quality of the university and allows graduates and students to give their feedback concerning their studies and their experience in the university. For more details concerning admission and our specialties, what we can suggest to you, you can see our official resources where you can send your questions and contact us anytime. Thank you for your attention and have a good day.
Dear colleagues, thank you very much for all that presented educational programs, admission rules, and all the details for that admission campaign this year for foreign students. Now we are finalizing our KNU Expo International, aimed at providing more opportunities for our international students. I'm cordially grateful for your participation, for being with us. You can put all your questions directly to the International Student Office. You have all the details and information about them. You can use all our official internet resources, website, Facebook page, or other messengers on providing more detailed information from the official resources of our university. Please, you can use all that public access of all our information. So if you are interested on supporting Ukraine due to the wartime, invest into your knowledge, invest to your skills, and you will have unique possibility to know more about different kinds of sciences, to know more about Ukraine, to know more about international relations in different fields and different specialties. And you will have, after the successful assessment, if you're investing in yourself, in your skills, you will obtain diploma of the university during a war. In the finalization, I really wanted to say thank you and to share my gratitude to all our military arms that gave us possibility to provide not only this event, KNU Expo International, but to provide our education regardless challenges concerning the security. All our premises, all our buildings, laboratories, classrooms, they are obtained and they are equipped under the current requirements due to the security. All our premises are equipped with the bomb shelters, and we are fully continue to work. even during the invasion started more than 500 days ago. Our university didn't stop to work at any day, and we're continuing to work. And we are grateful for all our partners to support, and especially in that time, students, new students will have unique opportunities to have unique knowledge and to have an access to the high quality education and an access to the European higher education area. Thank you for your attention and welcome to our university. If you have any questions, yes, thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Office for International Student Office, for the organizational issue.